Oh, that's a good pass. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Blacktown International Sports Camp for the New South Wales Women's League first grade grand final. Please welcome our umpires for this afternoon's grand final. On the plate, Chantel Corning and field umpires Andrew Clements and Glenn Taylor. Introducing your managers for your two grand final teams. The home team, the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins, in the East. And for the Ryde Hawks, Paul O'Neill. Don't forget the canteen is open below the first base grandstand. The bar is also open downstairs in the concourse of the stadium. Make sure you grab yourself a couple of refreshments. Just what I didn't take that one. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field athletes for today's grand final with the visitors in batting order, leading off the centre fielder, Mahalia O'Neill. Shortstop, Lisa Nakashio. Left fielder, Tani Lovering. The back shooting captain, that looks like a 7. Second base, Katie Gaynor. Third base, Isabel Lambert. First base, Alison Norris. The designated hitter, Violet Dribbler. The right fielder, Catherine Delavan. Now the left fielder, Erin Morgan. The pitcher, Jess Morgan. And the bench for the Ryde Hawks, Rhiannon Bennett, Jess Mitchell, Abby Guinness, Talia Kennedy, Kayla Gaynor, and Claire. Introducing the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins. Leading off, second base, Sayaka Mori. Centre fielder, Taylor Johnston. Shortstop, Jordan Richardson. Third base, Claire O'Sullivan. First base, Laura Neves. Left fielder, Rebecca Nelson. The catcher, Riley Delacour Batch. Starting pitcher for the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins, Olivia Jackson. Right fielder, Kira King. And the bench for the Dolphins, Quincy Highmarsh, Matea Khan, Iris and Amy Saliba. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who are able, please stand and remove your caps for Advance Australia Fair. Good luck to both our teams. Our scorers for today's Women's League First Grade Grand Final, Carol Lovering from Ryde, Rosemary Neves from Greenway. First League, First Grade Grand Final coming to you from a Blacktown International Sports Park. And it's the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins taking on the Ryde Hawks. The Dolphins finishing second after the regular season. Ryde fighting their way through, defeating Borkham Hills in the minor semi-final and then getting the best of Blacktown last week to punch their ticket to today's decider. Can it be the Dolphins going for their first championship in their new team after coming across from the Greenway Giants? Or will it be Ryde going for championship number 4 on the Ria Cornell Shield? 7 innings of baseball coming your way on a beautiful day here at Blacktown. For Ryde will be Mahalia O'Neill leading things off, Lisa Nakashio batting second, Tony Lavering in the 3-hole, Katie Gato batting 4th, Isabel Lambert 5th, Alison Norris 6th, followed by Violet Gruppala, Catherine Delavere and Erin Morgan. For the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins, it's Rebecca Nelson in left, Kayla Johnston at centre and Kira King in right. And around the infield, Claire O'Sullivan at third, Jordan Richardson at short, Sayaka Mori at second base and Laura Needs at first. The catcher, Riley Delacour Batch. And then on the mound, Olivia Jackson for the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins. Olivia Jackson, 14 appearances on the season, 13 as a starter. There's a 7.34 ERA. 29 runs earned on 29 hits. 53 walks, 27 strikeouts. Dolphins with 14 wins, 3 losses on the season. They defeated Blacktown in back-to-back weeks, round 18 of the regular season, and then again in week 1 of the playoffs. And then Ryde defeated Borkham Hills in mercy rule fashion on the Sunday after being rained out on the Saturday, and then scored lots of runs late against Blacktown last week to send the Workers packing and the Hawks into the decider. Leading off with Mahalia O'Neill. First pitch from Olivia Jackson, a little bit high to the right centre fielder. 13 for 37, 351 average. A pair of doubles, a pair of triples. 16 runs, 10 ribbies. Inside corner, called strike one, a ball on the strike. McLeod just offering a little bit of shade for the time being. It's a warm start to the day. That one ripped down the line, but cleaned up by Claire O'Sullivan at third, who fires it over, and Laura Needs picks it out of the dirt to retire O'Neill first out of the ball game. Umpires calling balls and strikes. Chantel Cornick, Andrew Clements up along first, and Glenn Taylor at third base. Lisa Nakashio, second hitter for Ryde. What's happening? 15 for 34, giving a 441 average. 8 doubles, 8 triples. Plenty of speed around the bases for Nakashio. Driven in 15, scored 17. Hitting in the 2-hole today in this women's first grade grand final. Stay away. Up and out of the zone, takes it for a ball. 2-0. Start the at-bat. Check the swing, but caught a strike. Jackson getting herself in the count. Up and away, 3-1. That one lifted in the centre field. Got our first hit of the ball game. Nakashio with the single. Centre field gets herself aboard. Brings up Tony Lovering. Catcher here for the Hawks. Hitting 421, 16 for 38. That's the first pitch from Jackson for a called strike one. 10 singles, pair of doubles, pair of triples. And 2 home runs all coming on the first game of the season back on September 16 when she drove in 4 of her 13 RBI in the season. Check on Nakashio, diving back into first. He just shakes the dirt out of the glove. Nakashio takes off. Throw from Delacour Batch, just a little bit offline. Nakashio now up in a scoring position. Check on the runner. Throws a little bit offline. Jackson kind of just threw it. Richardson did well to get behind the ball and knock it down. Not let it get into the outfield and advance Nakashio. And Lovering rips that into left field. Nakashio held for a minute to make sure it was through the infield. So she'll be held up at third base by Paul O'Neill. We've got a pair of hits. Here in the first inning, Ryde looking to score the first runs of the ball game. Katie Gaynor with a chance to do that. Delacour Batch is going out, putting on the defensive play call. Try and keep Lovering at second. If she does go, they'll know where they're trying to find the out. 306 batting average for Katie Gaynor this season. Lovering a move up to second. Delacour Batch looking Nakashio back to third. Eleven hits, 6 doubles and a triple for Katie Gaynor. Ground ball on the ground to Richardson. Looks back, Lovering. Throws out Gaynor. Nakashio scores. It's an RBI ground out for Katie Gaynor. Two out now for Isabel Lambert. Right, best hitter with a 581 average on the season. Fouls off the first pitch. 18 for 31. 6 doubles. Drove in 9. 5 walks, 4 strikeouts. Only had 2 up until last week's prelim final. Lovering stands second. Jackson fires it in. Lambert fouls it off. Oh, and 2 here to Isabel Lambert. Breaking pitch just a little bit inside. And Lambert thinking about trying to wear it, but it's too far inside. Inside enough where it wasn't going to do any harm. Jackson now 1 pitch away from getting out of his first.
Lovering takes off. Ball gets away over the top. Be a wild pitch, allowing Lovering to move up to third. I guess you could say the stolen base with Lovering in motion. While pitcher should come around to score. So Lambert's worked at the 2-2. We're going to drive in the second run for the Hawks here in the first inning. That one's a little bit further inside. This time the wild pitch will result in possibly a run, but no, she responds well. Does Delacour Bash, gets a fortuitous bounce off the back wall. Jackson following in, and she makes the tag on Lovering, and that will be down as out at home. And they are able to shut it down, the Dolphins. Ryde score first. It's 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. Bottom of the first here in this Women's League first grade grand final. Right out to the early 1-0 lead. Sayaka Mori, last year's Women's First Grade Rookie of the Year, will lead things off. Dolphins will have Sayaka Mori, Kayla Johnston, Jordan Richardson, the first three hitters. Claire O'Sullivan batting 4, Laura Needs 5, Rebecca Nelson 6. As Mori goes straight back up the middle and past Jess Morgan, and could do nothing about that. And it's a lead-off single to start the bottom of the first. Dolphins will then send up 7-8-9 in the form of Riley Delacour Batch, Olivia Jackson, and Kira King. Defensively for Ryde, it's Erin Morgan in left, Mahala O'Neill in centre field, and Catherine Delavie in right field. And rounding infield, Isabel Lambert at third, the shortstop Lisa Nakashio, Katie Gaynor at second, and Alison Morris at first. Tony Lovering behind the dish, and Jess Morgan on the mound. Violet Grupelar is the DH. That one lifted in the centre field. Mahala's back for it, and she makes the catch. Taylor Johnston there flying out. Jumping on the first pitch from Jess Morgan that she saw. One away here in the bottom of the first. Mori back to first base. Jordan Richardson now, the hitter here for Eastern Suburbs. 7-inning game here in the grand final. Extras if we need it. No time limit. No ghost runners. Jordan Richardson, last year's grand final MVP. Hitting even 500 on the season this year. 11 for 22. And 1 for 2 with a walk last week. And a hit by a pitch. Has a double, 2 triples on the year. 7 driven in, 21 runs. And that one straight back up the middle. And knocked down by Mihaela O'Neill. Kept it close though. And the Dolphins have a pair of runners with 1 out for Claire O'Sullivan. Getting the start at third base today. O'Neill's going to adjust his field around to pull. In fact, it was Johnny Gaynor doing the defensive alignment. Inside on O'Sullivan there for ball 1. Dolphins leading hitter. Batting .655 on the season. 19 for 29 with 9 singles, 5 doubles, 3 triples, and 2 home runs. So, Claire O'Sullivan and Tani Lovering with a pair of home runs on the season. That one's going to bounce off the foot of Sayaka Mori on the back pick from Lovering. And Pete Needs is going to... It was in 2 minds. And Jordan Richardson's done herself a mischief over there at second. Just slipped, lots of footing coming around the base. Hopefully nothing serious out there. Immediate concern for her. Pete Needs are just in 2 minds with Maury coming up the third. As all that was unfolding, Jordan Richardson just lost the footing, got the inside of the bag, went to turn and landed on her backside. Hope she's all right. Back up on her feet now. One away here in the bottom of the first. Yeah, what's that? Just taking a drink and composing herself, shaking it off. Laura Needs out there taking on a athletic trainer role, getting her to jog on the spot and jog it out. She's back on her feet. So similar to Tani Lovering, Claire O'Sullivan and a pair of home runs. Claire's coming in each of the first 2 games of the season. One against MacArthur and one against these Ryde Hawks. And Claire O'Sullivan will be intentionally walked, so Ryde going to back their defense, try and get a double play out of Laura Needs here. Corners drawn in, infield playing back towards the back of the dirt. Laura Needs takes the first pitch for a strike on the outside corner. 16 for 31. Lifted up in the air. O'Neill under it. Coming in. Makes the catch. Fires the ball back in. Alison Norris had turned it back on the play. Tony Lovering just reminding her that she's the cut-off. But it doesn't hurt. Ryde. Maury scores the first run to tie things up. Richardson remained at second on the throw. O'Sullivan staying pat at first. And a very good afternoon, everyone watching back at home. Feel free to say good day. Certainly be happy to field any questions you may have for us. Oh, and 2 here to Rebecca Nelson. Well, that foot seems to be okay with Jordan Richardson, and she's just stolen third base rather. And Sullivan moves up behind her and takes her spot at second. Pitch out of the zone for Nelson. And there's that ball into centre field. O'Neill tracing it, makes the diving catch to end the inning. Eastern Suburbs get the run back. We're 1-1 as we head to inning 2. Isabel Lambert will get a second first at bat here this afternoon. I was trying to work out why she was still there, but I remember Tani Lovering was thrown out at home trying to score on a wild pitch with Lambert in the box at the time. To take a minute to double check things, and I was going crazy. Once you go crazy, you don't go back. One on one here. It's Isabel Lambert. One's a little bit inside. Count goes to 2-1. So Ryde's best hitter now back at the plate. 1-1 ball game after the first. No one fouled off. These two teams playing 3 times during the regular season. 2-2 popped up. Jackson doesn't want a piece of it. It's going to fall in between all 4 of them. Everyone looked up and may have just seen the cloud. Jackson bailed early. Needs came in but pulled out. And I think the closest one to get there was Claire O'Sullivan from third base. The ball lands at the back of the mound, and Olivia Jackson's got herself an infield single to third base behind the pitcher's mound. Exactly. And we're scheduled to play 4 times in the season, but 1 game was washed out. Alison Norris swings and misses. It was Dolphins with the season sweep, 12-5 at Chifley back on the 3rd of November, 12-1 at ELS on the 23rd of January, which was postponed from round 2. With players from both sides involved with Barclay Cup coaching commitments over in Western Australia over the October school holidays. And then on the baseball, or the New South Wales Women's League pink round, it was the game of the day between the Dolphins and Ryde. It was a 10-8 ball game, the tightest results between the 2 teams on the year back on the 2nd of February. Check on Jackson back over at first. Alison Norris, 10 for 33 on the season, giving her a 303 batting average. Another check on Jackson. She was motion first to go to second and got back on the bag, but the ball got away from Needs at first, and Jackson ended up on second anyway. Throwing out committed by Jackson will give Isabel Lambert second base. Norris has 10 hits, all singles, 7 RBI, 12 runs, 6 and 6 walk and strikeout ratio. One's outside, so count moves to 2-1. Norris looking to move Jackson over any way she can. Even drive her in if she can get that far. Another check. Lambert, rather, not Jackson. And that'll bounce away from the catch-up Delacour batch and allow Lambert to move up the third base. So minimum job now from Alison Norris to put the Hawks back in front. And Norris will draw the war. So an arm up in the bullpen for the Dolphins. Looks like Arizon. Delacour batch once again in front of home plate, putting on the defensive game plan. And it's either changed or she's putting on again because someone wasn't watching. And Norris draws her 7th walk of the season. Via Gruppler now the DH for Ryde. 14 for 38, batting 368. 11 singles, 3 doubles, 10 driven in, 12 runs scored. And Pete Need's going to come out and just have a quick chat to his young pitcher. Just settle it down here on the big stage. Maybe a few nerves out on the mound. Outside corner. Jackson finds the spot she wants. Stayed out of the way from Grippelar. Down the outside corner. Even up the count at 1-1. Can she stay there now is the question. Misses that one a little bit low. Two one to Grippelar. Into right field. That'll get down for a base hit. Almost a 9-3. We saw one of the under 18s. Not quite in time on this occasion, though. And the Hawks are able to get themselves back in front. And for that ball, rather, just falling in front of Kira King in right field. I thought about diving for it for a moment, but took the safe option, stayed with it, and then almost threw Grippelar out at first. It can be a pretty satisfying feeling throwing out a runner at first base from right field. Catherine Delavere, the next hitter for Ryde. $18 for 36 and even 500. 3 doubles in her 18 hits. Drove in 12, scored 5. Walked twice, struck out 7. So there goes right side. This time, King moving across to it. That's going to drop in for a base hit. And get away from King. Unfortunately, it'll just be a single for Ryde. Grippelar was right on top of Norris at second. Norris was holding to make sure the ball dropped. So Ryde have loaded the bases. Still nobody out. Here for the Dolphins. That's it. Aaron Morgan now, batting down in the 9 hole. Ducks our way out of that first pitch for ball 1. Takes a swing at that one. It lifts it into foul territory and a nice catch taken over on the warning track near the tarp by Claire O'Sullivan. Had a long way to go get it. So first out of the inning for the Dolphins on the foul fly ball to Claire O'Sullivan. Brings up the lead-off hitter, Michaela O'Neill. Grounded out to start the game. That one's down the middle for a call and strike one. From Michaela off the end of the bat. It's going to be trouble. Runners started to go thinking it might have been up the middle, but came off the end of the bat, so lacked any power. Nice play by Sayaka Mori to make the catch. The humpback liner. And thankfully for the Ryde runners, they identified that it wasn't going through. They got back to their bases in a hurry. They pop out and a line out. Dolphins are 1 out away from getting out of this bases loaded jam. Nakashio. Second at bat here in the second inning. Second at bat of the game here in the second inning. Outside corner. Jackson gets the call. Jackson, 40 pitches so far through the first inning and 2/3. Nakashio lifts that one high into left field. Rebecca Nelson's there, though. She makes the catch. And the inning is over. Ryde do get one. It might be a little bit disappointed they didn't get more, but the Dolphins got out of the inning. And they will come up to bat, trailing 2-1 here in the New South Wales Women's League first grade grand final. Excellent. Go up, down. They play that not good. The French so we're really like that's like Riley Delacour Batch to lead things off for the Dolphins will be 7, 8, 9. Olivia Jackson, Kira King to round out the first appearance through the lineup for the home team Dolphins. And she rips that one up the line, and a nice running catch made out of left field by Erin Morgan. Nice swing there by Delacour Batch, but Morgan in perfect position and read the ball well and made the catch to record out number one here in the bottom of the second. Olivia Jackson ducking out of the way of that high pitch from Jess Morgan. Inside, 3-0 in Olivia Jackson. And she draws the 4-pitch walk. Jackson, a 308 hitter on the season, 8 for 26. Pair of doubles, 13 ribbies, 6 runs. That's her 9th walk of the season. It comes with one out here in the bottom of the second. Kira King now, 9-hole hitter. 9 for 44, batting 205. Double and a home run. Lovering with the throw. And Olivia Jackson is out at second. Trying to steal second base. On the money there from the former Australian catcher, Tani Lovering. And Ryde had the second out here in the bottom inning of 2. And Kira King goes straight back up the middle. That turns the lineup over for the Dolphins. We go back to the top. That's Sayaka Mori. Just the 4 base runners caught by Tani Lovering this season. 4 of 30 caught stealing. Sayaka Mori. 2-1. Jess Morgan gets that one in there for a called strike 2. Evans to count at 2-2 with 2 out. Lifts it up. Underneath it. Gaynor coming in for it. Can't get there. Tips off the end of the glove. And then Gaynor and both Norris looked at the ball. King saw that no one was going after it, so she took the extra 90 feet. Gaynor just overrunning that one a little bit. It got a bit of extra spin on it and got behind her. And the inning will continue here for Ryde. Mori takes off on first move. Humphrey made the throw to the bag, but it's cut up by Gaynor. Kira King thought twice about trying to sneak in behind the throat. Couple of Australians up the middle there for Ryde, combining. And Taylor Johnston will line out to Michaela O'Neill, and Ryde work their way around the error, and they consolidate their 1-run lead as we head to the 3rd inning. So a couple of changes made here by Pete Needs and the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins. Jordan Richardson takes over on the mound, meaning Sayaka Mori will move from the right side of the diamond to the left and take over at shortstop. Iris Ong looks to have come into the game in place of Olivia Jackson. And is how it has happened. Just the 2 innings for Olivia Jackson. 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. A walk, no strikeouts, a wild pitch, 42 pitches, 22 for strikes. Pete Needs going to the big gun in Jordan Richardson to get through the next couple of innings. Tony Lovering, inside out. Hard ground ball into right field over to Kira King. Six appearances for Jordan Richardson on the year, all of them in relief. Just the 7 2/3. Giving up 2 hits, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. 4 of them looking a hit batter, stranding 9 runners. Hitters hitting just .080 and 0 in the runs or earned run column. Not something you see every day. Although Only a small sample size of just a 7 2/3 innings, but proving very effective. Tony Lovering, though, has started in the best way possible. She's got herself aboard with a single into right. Katie Gaynor tries to do the same thing, but she can only lift that as far as the right field family area. Up in the grass, the ball ends up behind the home team bullpen, which is currently vacant. Lovering takes off. Gaynor rips it into left field for a base hit. Hit and run in motion. Tony Lovering says, well done, KG. And Ryde now, runners on first and second, nobody out. See what they decide to do here with their best hitter coming up to bat, and Isabel Lambert. Jordan Richardson, regular season batting average against is .080. Now it's 1,000. 2 hits, 2 batters. Right side will land on, what do they call that now? Olympic Boulevard here at Blacktown International Sports Park. Called it Blue Sox. I don't know, call it Blue Sox Parkway or something when I was commentating with the Blue Sox last season. I think it's officially Olympic Boulevard. It's a new multi-million-dollar state-of-the-art sports science centre and accommodation. Opening, what was that, late last year? I forget what time of year we're in. Start of March. Isabel Lambert, check on the runner. Lovering was on the front foot as opposed to the back foot. Richardson catching and napping just for a moment, but Tony got back to the bag in time. Lambert ready. Jumping out of the way of that one. Also got away from the catcher, Amy Saliba, who's also come into the game to take over from Riley Delacour Batch. So 3 changes made by Eastern Suburbs. There's Matea Khan, as I think the only player on their bench. So Matea Khan and Quincy Highmarsh. 3 changes were made, but one of them was an existing player in the field. So 2 players into the game. 2 players remaining for the Dolphins. Outside corner, called strike 3. Never a good sign as a batter when you look back at the umpire to see where the ball was going to be called. Chancel Cornick rings her up. Gordon Richardson has her first out here in the top of inning number 3. Fair to say the game plan for Pete Needs will be for Richardson to go maybe at least 3 innings. Alison Norris, after called strike 1 from Jordan Richardson. Sits in the bucket there, Norris, and then trying to chase the outside pitch and is quickly behind 0-2. Fouls that one off, stays alive. Violet Gruppala on deck. One, two here to Norris. And the breaking ball freezes Norris, and she knew it. Clap of the bat against the hand in appreciation of the good pitch. And a couple of strikeouts here for Jordan Richardson after Ryde jumped on with a couple of singles to start the inning. And it will be Violet Gruppala to try and drive one of those runs into if she can get it into a gap. First pitch to Violet is in there for a ball one. Swings and misses at the higher pitch. Quickly behind 0-2. Fights that one off. Keeps the at-bat alive. And Gruppala find the pitch she needs to drive it through the infield and score Lovering from third. Good take there by Gruppala. Played off the high fastball. A bad weapon there for Jordan Richardson. Gets the slide up to end the inning. Gruppala swings and misses. Ryde get a couple of hits, but leave the runners stranded. We head to the bottom of the third. Ryde 2, Eastern Suburbs 1. So Jordan Richardson leads things off for the Dolphins here in the bottom of the third. Taking over on the mound in the top half of the inning, now leading off the bottom half. Seems to have overcome that little faux pas around second base. Back in the first. Just Morgan Smithing a little bit outside with that one to make it 2-2. Going a little bit high. Even to count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And just make sure that she has drawn the walk. Get herself aboard here in the third. Dolphins trailing this 2-1. Claire O'Sullivan now to do the hitting. That one hit hard on the ground. Nakashio to 1. And turn the double play. Nakashio to Katie Gaynor, and then over to Alison Norris. Nicely executed there by the Ryde defence. Certainly got the crowd going. They appreciated that one. Nakashio just went down for it, took a time, tossed it up to Gaynor, and then fired a strike over to Norris to retire Claire O'Sullivan. So Laura Needle back with 2 out here. First pitch is in there for a called strike 1. Just ask for time and slow things down a little bit. Jumps out of that inside pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside corner will be Isabel Lambert to come over and make the play. And it ends up being a 1-2-3 inning for the Ryde defence. And they will consolidate their 2-1 lead as we head to the 4th. Catherine Delavan to lead things off for Ryde. Takes a first strike. Top of the fourth here in this women's first grade grand final. Ryde looking for championship number 4. The last won it back in 2014-15 before the Greenway stranglehold began. 6 straight premierships before the Workers took it in 21-22 and Greenway took it back last year. And whilst Greenway won't be winning it again, it'll be the same players that could potentially win the first one for the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins. Delavan down on strikes for out number 1. Brings up Jess Morgan. Much like the Eastern Suburbs second grade side we saw last night win the first women's championship for the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins. The majority of those players were from the Cronulla Sharks winning team from the year before. Aaron Morgan takes that pitch for a close strike. 1-1 to the 9-hole hit up for the Ryde Hawks. Or 0-2 in fact. And 6 straight strikes here for Jordan Richardson. She got the first 2 out in quick fashion. See if she can finish it off with the lead-off hitter, Michaela O'Neill. Well, quest for an immaculate inning, goes begging there with the first pitch to Michaela O'Neill inside for ball 1. Comes back though with that pitch on the outside corner to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Looks like Isabel Lambert walking back from the bullpen after a quick warm-up, so she might be called upon here in the bottom of the 4th. Michaela O'Neill lifts that one up, but that's going to get out of play despite the best efforts from Laura Needs, jumping on top of the fence. Be careful there, Lulu. Don't do yourself mischief. Second of 3 games coming your way here on the Baseball New South Wales YouTube channel. Saw a thrilling under-18 preliminary final between Manly and Ryde. Manly scoring the go-ahead run in the 8th and then holding off a late challenge by Ryde. And that'll hit Michaela in the back. Happy just to wear that one. And the 1-2-3 quick inning goes begging for the Dolphins. Bit of pain over there in the shoulder blades there for Michaela O'Neill. Just trying to work it out. And we'll have game 2 of our Men's State League first grade preliminary final series. Blacktown leading that series 1-0 after a 1-0 win on Wednesday night. A lone run coming in the 8th inning. Cohen Wynn went the distance, but his team couldn't find him any run support. 4 pitches of Blacktown combining for the shutout. Long hold here for Jordan Richardson. No pitch clock here in the Women's League. No pitch clock here in any Baseball New South Wales competitions. It's going to be interesting if there was one. That one fouled off into the second protection screen in front of our grandstand. And Landy out on the scorer's booth. Scorers have relocated down to ground level, which has left the scorer's booth all to the broadcast team. That one straight back up the middle, off the glove of Richardson and into the hole on the right side of the diamond. Michaela O'Neill probably didn't pick up a base coach over at third. Didn't see myself if Paul O'Neill was calling Michaela over. Opportunity there for her to go first or third on the ricochet off the glove of Jordan Richardson. And Lisa Nakashio keeps the inning going for Ryde. The first two hitters struck out on 6 pitches. Richardson had an immaculate inning going, but Michaela O'Neill with the hit by pitch, and then Nakashio with the deflection off Jordan Richardson's glove. There's a couple of runners on now, and Tony Lovering up to bat. She's 2 for 2 today, Tony Lovering. Thrown out of the home plate to end the first. Sorry, in the second. Riley Delacour batch got a nice bounce off the back fence. That pitch is down for a ball. Evans account for Lovering at 1-1. Down the dirt. Knocked down by Saliba and kept under control. Count 2-1. O'Neill looking to move up to third if she can. Off the end of the bat, right side. Laura needs over to it, but again, it escapes up. Lands foul. Count moves to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. Top half of the 4th inning. Hovering could extend this right Hawks lead here if she can get something into the outfield. Ball down in the dirt. Katie Gaynor's waiting on deck. She's already driven in a run this afternoon. Would love to drive in 1 or 2 more if she gets the chance. Hovering now set for the 3-2. Runners will be in motion. Lifted into centre field. And over the head of the centre fielder, Kayla Johnson, who came in, but then realised it was too big. She had to go back for it. And it's a stand-up, 2-run triple, or so stand-up. She slides in the third, pumps up the bench, and Ryde put up 2 more runs here in the top of the 4th with the 2-run triple from Tani Lovering on the full count pitch. Very rarely do you see the ball put in play and the ball gets down for a base hit on a 3-2, 2 out. You normally get a strikeout or a walk, sometimes a ground out or a fly out. But on the rare occasion the ball is actually in play, Tani Lovering comes up over the head of Kayla Johnson in centre field, slides into third, drives in 2 more. And then Katie Gaynor, though, will end the inning with that fly ball out to right field. But Ryde, they double their total, they extend their lead. It's 4-1 as we head to the home half of the 4th. Jess Morgan back out on the mound. Becca Nelson up to bat for Eastern Suburbs. Ryde leading this Women's League Grand Final 4-1. Nelson on the ground. Nice pick up by Lambert. Makes the throw on the money to record out number one. Nicely done by Isabel Lambert. She had the field of the ground ball to finish the third. She has the ground ball here to start the fourth. Amy Saliba gets her first at bat. Who's coming in as a defensive replacement for Riley Delacour Batch. Outside corner there by Jess Morgan for a called strike one. Swings and misses that one. It's quickly 1-2. Amy Saliba. Outside corner, called a strike. Saliba thought about it, but thought it might have been outside. Two quick outs here for the Ryde Hawks after scoring 2 runs in the top half of the inning. Iris Ong now getting her first at bat of the ball game. She replaced the pitcher Olivia Jackson. On top of the third, the hard ground ball against Isabel Lambert. Over, collects, throws. What a defensive play. 2 of them there for Isabel Lambert. That one was a little bit trickier up the line, but she gets it over to Alison Norris at first base. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Ryde Hawks. They lead this one 4-1 heading to the 5th. So it's the player for Ryde who's made 3 out of the last 4 outs. Isabel Lambert to lead things off here in the 5th. Jumps on the first pitch from Jordan Richardson. And that ball's going to fall. Sayaka Mori did all the hard work. Called everybody off twice. The last pop-up that went up fell in between 5 people. Mori took control on this occasion and it just hit her in the heel of the glove and spun its way out. So Isabel Lambert gets a chance. Second error on the day on the day for Eastern Suburbs. 2 errors apiece between our 2 grand final teams. Alison Morris. Great play by Mori. Can she redeem herself? Yes, she can. Diving stop by Sayaka Mori. Puts the drop catch behind her. Gets the double play. And just like that, the Dolphins are where they should have been all along. 2 outs and nobody on here in the top of the 5th. Is that the momentum swing that the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins needed here? They trailed this game by 3. Find themselves in somewhat of unfamiliar territory, given their history. But grand finals are funny beasts. A big swing there by Violet Gruppler. Takes the mask of Amy Saliba and kicks over to the Dolphins dugout. Oh, and 1 here to Gruppler. Top of the zone, taken for ball 1. We'll certainly be sending that play into Sports Center later. That is the ultimate in goldfish memory there for Sakaya Mori. 2-1. Here to Gruppler. So Richardson, after all that excitement, maybe a bit of adrenaline kicking into her system. Just struggling to find the zone a little bit here. Just needs to regroup and start again. She's got 2 outs. Just needs 1 more. Find the zone on this occasion. Fields the count up at 3-2. Outside corner, and she draws the walk. Does Gruppler. Just checking with home plate umpire Chantel Cornick. So the 2-out walk brings up Catherine Delavere. Singled up the right field line and a high fly ball that fell in between fielders. And this time she goes into centre field. Kayla Johnston with the shot at second base, but not in time. Gruppler slides in. Tell you what, if Johnston has a shot at first base, that would have been more spectacular than both of our 9-3 in the 18s and then the play by Sayaka Mori. But Johnston thought she had a shot at second. Didn't quite get it there in time. And the inning will continue here for Ryde with Erin Morgan. Corner Jessen, a last at bat. Check on Gruppler. Back towards the base. Another one. Nice. Sorry, Morgan, rather. Swings on that pitch, 0-1. One here to Aaron Morgan. 2 out for Eastern Suburbs. I'd love to get out of this inning here. Top of the lineup for Ryde, ready to go if Aaron can extend the inning. Lifted, left side. Underneath it is Claire O'Sullivan. She makes the catch just inside the foul line. And that does it here in the top of the 5th. Ryde still leading this one 4-1. We'll come back with the Dolphins side of the batting. (9-1-2) here in the bottom of the 5th. Kira King and Sayaka Mori. Good strike there. It's Kira King. Just a second trip to the plate. And Kayla Johnson, third hit. That one up the line. Alison Norris comes to get it. Stands on first to record the out. First out here in the 5th. The time's starting to run out for the Dolphins, rather. This Morgan has been brilliant up on the mound for Ryde. Put the team on his shoulders. They've done it both defensively and with the bat. Tony Lovering with the 2-run triple to give her side the 4-1 lead. This game's far from over. Straight back up the middle by Sayaka Mori, her second hit of the day. 2 for 3. Both of her hit singles up the middle. Making Taylor Johnson start a bit of a rally here for the Dolphins. Called strike in there to Johnson to start the at-bat. Over 2 so far. Just the 4 hits for the Dolphins, 10 hits for Ryde. Both teams committing 2 errors. Three walks for the Dolphins, 2 for Ryde. Jordan Richardson struck out 5. Jess Morgan just to strike out, the single strikeout. So 0-2 hitter Johnston. Battling away here in the bottom of the 5th. Check on the runner in Maury over at first. And she's back, sliding into the bag. Another check on Maury at first. Identified her of the base running threat. The 3-run lead. The run's kind of inconsequential for the moment. That one gets underneath the glove of Alison Norris and may have hurt herself reaching for that one. Cleaned up in right field by Catherine Delavere. And Kayla Johnston does keep it going for the Dolphins. Norris looks to be all right over there at first. Maybe just a disappointment of not being able to stop the ball. So runners on the corners for the Dolphins, with Maury going first to third on that one. Nice bit of hitting there by Kayla Johnston behind the count 0-2. Now it's the heart of the lineup in the 3-4-5. Richardson. From the old 4 to home, but Maury's too quick. Hovering through it back up the middle, cut off by Gaynor. The throwback wasn't in time, and Maury comes in to cut the deficit in half. It's now 4-2 Ryde over the Dolphins. And like I said, time is running out for the Dolphins. There is plenty of opportunity left for them. But this is probably the inning they want to get it done. They don't want to leave it too late. They might miss their chance. And they started off well. Morgan has Richardson bending out of the way. 2 balls and a strike. Outside corner, 3-1. We'll see what the plan of attack here is for Paul O'Neill. He's up on the top step. Swing and a miss by Richardson. Nice breaking pitch there by Jess Morgan. Gets Richardson swinging and missing. Important out to get here for if you're right. That one fouled off the hands. Another 3-2 coming here for Jordan Richardson. Last year's grand final MVP. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Lovering makes a scoop, applies the tag. And the second strikeout of the game for Jess Morgan. More importantly for them, it keeps Kayla Johnston on second base. And with 2 out, will be Claire O'Sullivan. It's the outside corner for ball 1. Can Jess Morgan stop the Dolphins in their tracks here in the 5th? That one ripped. That's gone to the wall. That'll be extra bases. Just as I asked the question if it could be Jess Morgan to shut it down, Claire O'Sullivan has made it a 1-run ball game with a stand-up double. Taylor Johnston comes in to score. Claire O'Sullivan will stand at second base, proud of their efforts there. As soon as that ball took flight, you know it was going a long way. Probably wasn't going all the way. Big dimensions here at Blacktown International Sports Park. Almost called it aquatic. And that'll be the end of Jess Morgan. An excellent job through 4 2/3. She gets the handshake from Laura Needs on her way out. True sportswomanship there by the former Australian. So Isabel Lambert will take over on the mound. Jess Morgan still in line for the win. It's going to be up to Isabel Lambert to probably go the rest of the way. So Abby Ninnis will come in for the designated hitter, Gruppala. And Ninnis will come in and play third base. So Ninnis will play third, and Isabel Lambert will take over on the mound. Just listening to the home plate umpire Chantel Cornick relay the information back to our scorers down at ground level. Isabel Lambert, 14 and 2/3 innings pitched on the season. Faced 83 batters. She's given up 22 hits, surrendering 8 earned runs, 12 walks, 24 strikeouts. Just the one hit batter has batting average of against of 314. And she'll need to try and avoid some bats here. 3.82 ERA. Lulu's going to be put on. Smart. We'll bring up Rebecca Nelson. 2 appearances against Eastern Suburbs, 2 1/3 back on the 4th of November. Sounds like the Rebecca Nelson cheer squad is getting on their feet. 2 1/3 against them again on the 4th of November. She gave up 3 hits, 6 runs, only 2 earned on 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. And then on Feb 3, just an inning, facing 4 batters. Back pick. Who's given the safe call? No, called safe at first. So, first pitch. Lovering thought she might have had needs at second, but she gets in. 4 batters she faced against Eastern Suburbs. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts in that 1 inning of work. That one popped up. Isabel Lambert goes and gets it. Gets out of the inning and keeps Ryde Hawks in front in this women's first grade grand final. It's 4-3 as we head to the 6th. Top of the order here for Ryde. Michaela O'Neill will lead it off. Lisa Nakashio, Tani Lovering. Ryde would love some insurance here. That out hit the Dolphins. 10-6, both teams with 2 errors. Swing and miss by O'Neill on that one. Can't make contact. Richardson's ahead, first pitch strike. 6 outs remaining for both teams in regulation. 7-inning game in the Women's League. Now one inside. Breaking pitch. The Ools went out very early on that one. 1-1 to Mihaela O'Neill, 0 for 2 today with a run scored. Hit by pitch in her last at bat. Came round to score on the Tani Lovering triple. Ooh, outside corner. That was on that pitch by Richardson, but only fouls it off front of the Ryde dugout. So it'll be another 2-2 for Mihaela O'Neill. Inside, clips the jersey, and back-to-back hit by pitches for Mihaela O'Neill. An important insurance run for the Hawks right here. Nakashio, 2 for 3 today, a pair of runs. See what Ryde do with O'Neill at first. But definitely back O'Neill to beat the throw to second from Saliba. Takes first pitch for ball one. Yep. O'Neill takes off. Saliba with the throw, but not strong enough to get O'Neill at second. Pitch was called a ball, so 2-0 hitting count here for Nakashio. Nakashio tries to drop down the bunt. It goes straight through the Ryde dugout. Thankfully over the top of everybody, not at anybody. A few attempts to try and catch it, but no one got anywhere near close. There was a hat and a pair of sunnies that went flying. Nakashio trying to drop down the 2-0 bunt. Drops the bunt again. This time, though, straight back to the pitcher, Richardson. Third base is open. So O'Neill will move up 90 feet. Nakashio gets the job done. And Tony Lovering, who's 3 for 3 with 2 very big RBI. As a team in front. And a very important insurance run standing 90 feet away. Can she make it a 2-run ball game? Fouls off the first pitch. And Finetting and down to the concourse once more. Outside corner. Laid off by Lovering. Ball on the strike. And Lovering does rip it into left field. 4-hit day for the Ryde Hawks. Catcher Drives in Michaela O'Neill. Ryde get one of those 2 runs back. 5-3 in favour of the Hawks, and Pete Needs going to come to the umpire first and maybe make the positional change. And we're going to have a pitching change here by the looks of it. Could be going to Claire O'Sullivan, who's walking over from third base, although but the 4-hit day for Tony Lovering. She's driven in 3. A huge triple back in the 4th inning. Gave her team a 4-1 lead. The Dolphins caught a couple of them back in the previous inning. And then Michaela O'Neill lead off hit by a pitch. The bunt from Lisa Nakashio. So he's right, get one of those 2 runs back. Katie Gaynor will be the next hitter, the first hitter to face Claire O'Sullivan once she goes through her warm-ups. And expect Tony Lovering to be trying to get herself in a scoring position. We saw the throw from Saliba on the last attempt with O'Neill going to second. And we'll think that Lovering would only be at first for a pitch or 2. I'm hoping one of the legends of women's baseball can drive her in from second base if she can get there. Claire O'Sullivan, though, she's got a job to do. She's going to shut down the heart of this Ryde order. Keep this game at a 2-run deficit. It'll be the lower half of their order that's going to come up in the 6th inning. Jordan Richardson with 3 1/3 in the book. 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned. A walk and 5 strikeouts. She was responsible for Lovering at first. Still on the hook for maybe one more run. Another strong crowd here on both sides of the grandstand at Blacktown International Sports Park. Katie Gaynor walks up to the batter's box. Going to face Claire O'Sullivan. Lovering the runner at first. Didn't need to worry about the stolen base. It's one way to move yourself up to second. Does she try and get herself on third base now? She put the faith in Katie Gaynor to drive her in from second. Outside corner, laid off by Gaynor. Ball on a strike. Katie 1 for 3. Driven in a run. Rips it, pulls it, left side through the hole. Nelson comes in. Lovering gets the stop sign from Paul O'Neill at third. Second hit of the afternoon for Katie Gaynor. Runners on the corners now for the Ryde Hawks. One away here in the top of the 6th. Gunner takes off. She'll move up to second base. Without the throw from Saliba. Isabel Lambert, 1 for 3. Scored a run, struck out. She'd love to give it. That one's going to get away. This time, Loving's going to score on the wild pitch. Insurance run on the board there for Ryde. They reinstate their 2-run lead. Isabel Lambert with another opportunity to drive in. Another insurance run. That one off the hands. Maury in, makes the throw, and keeps Gaynor at third base. When Phil was playing in, Lambert couldn't find the barrel. Nice pitch execution there by O'Sullivan. Jammed up the Ryde hitter. And got the weak contact to Maury at shortstop, who made no mistake in getting it over to Laura Needs at first to record out number 2. Alison Norris. Steps in the bucket, swings and misses. She's over 2 with a walk and a strikeout. She had a busy day at first base with plenty of throws from her infielders coming her way. Norris behind quickly, 0-2. Takes a minute out of the box just to reset, catch a breath. Work out how to put bat on ball on this next pitch from Claire O'Sullivan. Sullivan goes away again and a little bit higher this time. But it's out of the zone for ball 1. Really getting in on the inside of that batter's box. Taking away the inner half. Didn't get the call there, so Evans account at 2-2 with 2 out. For everyone watching at home, we are set for a grandstand finish here in this women's first grade grand final. Ryder back out to a 3-run lead. Norris swings and misses, goes down on strikes. The right strike for 2 on a couple of hits and a hit by a pitch. They lead 6-3 as we head to the home half of the 6th. Seven, 8, 9 due up for the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins here in the bottom of the 6th. Saliba, Ong, and then King. They are a combined 1 for 4. The walk and a strikeout. Outside corner by Isabel Lambert. It's the all-important first pitch strike. Came on to finish off the fifth inning. Top of the zone. On ball, one strike. In Amy Saliba. Defensive replacement for the Dolphins. Took over the catching in the third inning. Changes her mind halfway through the swing, but she already committed enough, and it's strike two. Taking a moment to reset, gather her thoughts. Think about the job at hand. Fouls it off. One and two here again to Amy Saliba. Top of the zone. Count evens out at two. Another foul. Doing your best to go as deep as possible. Breaking pitch, a little bit high. No, in the zone. Oh, it looked high for about 56 feet, and then right at the last minute dropped into the strike zone, froze the lever. And Ryde have their first out. Isabel Lambert has her first strike out. And brings up Iris Orm. And her second at bat of the afternoon. Swing and a miss by Iris Orm. Just quickly behind 0-2. Ryde 6 runs, coming on 12 hits, 2 errors. Dolphins 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. A little bit high on the 0-2. Orm works the count to 2-2. Straight back down the middle. Orm hits it to Nakashio. A couple of bounces. Strong throw. Gets the out at first. Alison Norris with the stretch to complete the out. And there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. That'll be the 9-hole here to Kira King. 1 for 2. First pitch, it's high for ball 1. Well, gets away from Lovering. 2-0. Right, looking for a 1-2-3 inning here. And we'll get back out and score another run or 2. Three-0. Outside corner. It's a 4-pitch, 2-out walk. Never a good thing to walk the 9-hole hitter. Isabel Lambert will now have to face the troublesome Sayaka Mori. She's 2 for 3, a pair of runs. Both of her hits going straight back up the middle of the pitching of Jess Morgan. First time she faces Lambert this afternoon. That one off the hands, straight back to the pitcher. Lambert does the fielding. Another assist for Lambert. She gets through the 6th, and we head to the 7th. Can the Dolphins stage the comeback, or will Ryde put their name on the Ria Cornell Shield for the 4th time in their history? We'll come back with the 7th inning shortly. Abby Dennis will lead us off here, top of the 7th. Pops it up off the hands. Sullivan underneath it. Makes the catch. Fought the sun. Made the catch. First retired. Catherine Delavere, the next hitter for Ryde. She's collected a couple of hits down in the 8 hole for the Hawks. First time she's faced O'Sullivan this afternoon. Swings at the high fastball from Claire O'Sullivan. Quickly behind 0-1. Looks like Lisa Nakashio up in the pen for Ryde, just in case. Comes back in with the breaking pitch. Quickly ahead 0-2. O'Sullivan's not wasting any time. She wants to get back in the dugout. Strike 3 there on Catherine Delavere. She's down on strikes. 2 outs on 5 pitches here for Claire O'Sullivan. Now it's the 9-hole hitter, Erin Morgan. Sullivan pulls that one. 0-2. Same pitcher struggled with the 9-hole hitter this afternoon. Morgan is over 3 though with the strikeout. Ryde turn over the lineup. All the Dolphins becoming back to back. And she can Rips it into left field. Long run for Rebecca Nelson. Erin Morgan's going to be sent to second base. There's no one covering the bag, so she'll be in there easily. And Erin Morgan keeps the inning going for the Hawks. Michaela O'Neill. Back at the top of the lineup. She's over 2. Scored twice after being hit twice. Wiggles to that one. Didn't like the location, but it was called a strike by Chantel Cornick. On 1. And Sullivan finds the outside corner to get the count to 0-2. Payoff pitch here for O'Sullivan. Breaking pitch inside, called strike 3. Mahela thought it was inside. Executed nicely by O'Sullivan. And the Dolphins have 3 outs to try and send this into extras if they can't win it in walk-off style. What will happen? Well, we'll find out very shortly when we come back with the bottom half of the 7th inning in our 2023-24 Women's League First Grade Grand Final. Yourselves in, baseball fans. We are set for a big finish here in our Women's League First Grade Grand Final. Ryde have a 3-run lead. We're in the bottom of the 7th, and it's a 2-3-4 hitters due up for the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins. As a club, they're looking for their first win in their first season. As a team, they're looking for their 8th championship in 9 years. Lead-off hitter here in the inning is a 2-hole hitter, Kayla Johnston. She had a Tani Lovering ball fly over her head back in the 4th. That one, though, into right field. Just what you want your lead-off to do. Get the inning started in a positive fashion. She goes inside out of that, out of the reach of Katie Gaynor at second. And now the heart of the lineup comes up with Richardson, O'Sullivan, and then Needs. Joy Richardson, 1 for 2, a walk and a strikeout. She came on in the 3rd. Went 3 in the 3rd innings. Gave up 4 earned runs on 6 hits, striking out 5, walking 1. Now she's going to have to do it with the bat with the rest of her team if they're to come back from this 3-run deficit. Tried 6 runs, coming on 13 hits, 2 errors. Breaking pitch in the glove of Tani Lovering, held on to for strike 2. The Dolphins just 3 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. Jess Morgan was huge through 5 1/3. 4 2/3. Isabel Lambert came on, got the final out, got through the 6th, and she's now out here to pick up a save in her first Women's League Grand Final. Top of the zone. Evens the count at 2-2. Right side, out of play. The Hawks won it in 11 and 12, and again in 12 and 13. They waited another year before taking it in 2014, 2015, and then that's when the Greenway Giants dynasty began. Taylor Johnson takes off on the ball getaway. Lovering can't recover in time. Greenway won 7 competitions between 2015 and then last season, with Blacktown taking the lone title in 2021-22. The core of that dynasty team is now here with the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins. Rip up the line by Richardson, but it goes foul, bouncing back into play. So another 2-2 to come here for Jordan Richardson. Top of the zone, she draws the walk. So the first couple of boxes are being ticked here by the Dolphins. No reason for the Hawks to stress just yet. The tying run is only coming to the plate now. Baseball is a cruel game, though. Things can turn for the worse very quickly. Back pick. Johnston. She's back on the bag. Ryde trying to find it out whichever way they can get it. Tony Lovering will call timeout. She'll go out and speak to the young pitcher on the mound. Experience coming to the fore right here. Just telling her to take a breath, slow things down. You control the tempo of the game. Defensive change for Ryde with Rhiannon Bennett coming in to take over in right field. Jessica Mitchell taking over at third base for Ryde. Claire O'Sullivan 1 for 2 in the dirt. Runners moving up in the scoring position. Base hit potentially makes it a 1-run ball game. And then they'll waste no time and put Claire O'Sullivan on base. No point throwing another pitch to her. She could tie the game up in one swing of the bat. And that's going to bring out Johnny Gaynor. And have a quick chat with his pitcher. He's done an excellent job coming out of the mound in a higher pressure situation. Putting his smiles out on that mound between Gaynor and Lovering. Encouraging Lambert to trust the field behind her. Go after the hitter. Conversation now between Pete Mead and Chantel Cornick. Maybe about the visit rule, but fresh hitter here in Laura Neves. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Corner's drawn in. That one ripped into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Richardson held, make sure it was going to fall. Now the stop sign goes up at third by Pete Needs. And Laura Needs has brought this game back to a 2-run margin. You can see the cogs ticking in the Ryde Hawks Brains Trust at the top step of the Hawks dugout along third base. Laura Needs picks up her first hit of the grand final. Rebecca Nelson now. She's 0 for 3. She's hit the ball well all day, but hasn't been able to find the ground. She takes the first pitch, called strike from Isabel Lambert. The bases are loaded still. Corners are in. Middles are back. They're happy to give up the run to get 2 outs. Swing and a miss by Nelson, top of the zone. I told you all set for a grandstand finish, and it certainly hasn't let us down. 1 and 2 here to Rebecca Nelson. Ryde desperate for an out. Fouls it off as Nelson to the back screen. A 1-2. Right side and down for a base hit. That's going to score 2. Sullivan's getting the wave around. The ball's cut off in the infield. Pharaoh Sullivan crosses home plate, and this game is tied. Rebecca Nelson gets her first hit in the grand final, and couldn't be a bigger hit in her life. She's driven in the game-tying runs in this first-grade women's grand final, and that's going to take a pitching change for Ryde here. Isabel Lambert, so brave up on that mound, just couldn't quite get the job done here in the 7th, and we are all tied up. Ryde put their faith in Izzy Lambert, but the experience of this Eastern Suburbs Dolphins team has shone through, and they've erased the 3-run deficit. They've tied up this ball game, and even better for them, there are 0 outs on the board. So Lambert will remain in the game. Most likely go to shortstop with Nakashio coming to the mound, who was previously at shortstop. We said the Dolphins are going to have to walk it off. Well, they're certainly in pole position to do that. Can Nakashio shut it down? They have a base open at third. They've got the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up. So it's dare say the advantage still lies in the Eastern Suburbs camp. You wouldn't want to be trying to pick an MVP out of this game. Plenty of players have stood up. No one has shone above the rest. There's probably 2 or 3 players on each team that have put themselves in the frame. Lisa Nakashio just going through her final warm-ups. It started with a single by Kayla Johnston. Jordan Richardson walks. Claire O'Sullivan was in a 3-1 count before Ryde intentionally walked her once. Richardson and Johnson stole second and third. Laura Needs singled into centre field to score 1 run. And then Rebecca Nelson with that fly ball into right field, dropping in front of Rhiannon Bennett. Driving in the tying runs. So Lisa Nakashio. Runners at first and second, nobody out. And it'll be the Dolphins catcher, Amy Saliba. Check on the runner at second. But Needs is back on the bag. They battled back in last year's grand final. And now the Greenway Giants to defeat Blacktown to retain the title. Well, they're going to do something similar here. That one's going to hit Saliba in the back, so the bases will be loaded once again. But the winning run is now just 90 feet away. It's a pass ball or a wild pitch away. Can Iris Wong drive in the winning runs or the winning run for the Dolphins? Their first year as the Dolphins in the competition. They won the second grade title last night in emphatic fashion over Manly. And they're going to win it in a different style of emphatic fashion tonight if they can get the job done here. First pitch is up for ball one from Lisa Nakashio. A pair of young Japanese players facing off against each other. Lifted high, left field, that could be enough. Leeds tags up, the ball is down. Erin Mitchell can't get to it. Laura Needs crosses the plate, and the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins have come back to win the first grade grand final in the New South Wales Women's League. They trailed 6-3 at the start of the inning. They've rallied with nobody out. And Iris Wong is your hero for the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins. It's the 8th championship in 9 years for most of these players. The first one in the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins colours. And they've done it coming from behind. 2 hits to Sayaka Mori, Kayla Johnston. Johnston got the inning going. A spectacular double play highlighted the game from Maury. Lauren Needs and Rebecca Nelson with a pair of RBIs. Jordan Richardson did her best to slow the things down in the middle of the game. 3 1/3, 4 runs all earned. She struck out 5. Claire O'Sullivan came down and shut the door. And despite the best efforts of Jess Morgan and Isabel Lambert, Ryde just couldn't hold on late. And the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins are your 2023-24 New South Wales Women's League champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for our Women's League first grade grand final. Congratulations to the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins. We're going to take and around in about 5 minutes time to kick around. Ladies and gentlemen, here one more time for our grand final, the East Suburbs Dolphins and the Ryde Hawks. Congratulations to both teams in a very hard-fought grand final. I'd like to start by thanking everyone coming out to Black International Sports Park today. It's been beautiful weather. Hopefully continues over the next 8 days for the rest of the Based on New South Wales final series. I'd like to thank the New South Wales Women's League executive, our secretary Kim Robinson, Mel Thompson, and Roger Morris, our new vice president. I'd like to thank our umpires for the great job they've done, not just today, but throughout the season. Well done to our umpires for the grand final today. Big round of applause. Also to our competition staff, Carson Croker and Bass, for the running of our competition. And thanks for all that they do in keeping this game running. We'll start the presentation by calling up the Ryde manager, Paul O'Neill, to say a couple of words. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I'd like to thank the ground staff for one fantastic field over the last couple of weeks. Really done a great job in the back room today. Great too. I'd like to also thank our scorers, our umpires, I think you know we're struggling to the other lady officiating behind the plate in the grand final. So really umpires, give the clientele. Thank you very much. To all the baseball New South Wales people, please, thank you for working on the gig. And I'd like to thank Cleveland and Dolphins. Trying to get you to play away from us, mate. Like, we're all off the bottom of the 7. We're really fitting the eight on the grand final. So, Dolphins, congratulations. Great year for the first year in. Let's hope we get to play in the grand final next year. Rigel, Rose. We had a great season. It's been a lot of fun in the dugout, a lot of laughing, a lot of carry on. Keep your heads up. So the club very proud. I really like that. Thank you very much. First, Bill on the bench did a great job today to come in. Then Bill Holt, not all got in today, but it's a team effort to get to this point. Not just the 9 that start the game this week, but the 16 girls in the squad that do it week in, week out to get to you. So, yeah, and better. Over to land. Leah Kennedy. Jess Mitchell, who's done a great job kicking for us all year. What was that? Oh, Abby Minutes, sorry. Jess Morgan. Aaron Morgan. Catherine Galway. Mihaela O'Neill. Kate Gaynor. Violet Grottler. Lisa and I'm not going to repeat it today. Alison Norris. Lovely. Isabel Langan. And my sister, Johnny Taylor. And we also have Taylor Gaynor. This is Thank you. Thank you, Paul, and well done to Ryde on a very hard-fought grand final. To the East and the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins. Good to you now, I refer to as Greenway once. Now we're going to get into the stories. Well, almost lost the words. Just going to plead a few people. Firstly, thank you both for New South Wales Women's League, Luke and all the executives for all the work that you don't see to get this happening. It's unbelievable. So thank you. Umpires, great job. Scorers, just so much work goes on behind the scenes to make a day like this. To the right team, Paul, Johnny, coaches, players, supporters, you really peaked at the right time this year. It was such a wonderful competitive game and played in a wonderful spirit, so thank you. To the Dolphins Club, our first year, we've had so much support from the President, Henry Tadell, right through the committee, players, supporters, like really supported our youth team and women's baseball in general. So thank you for everything you've done. It's the major reason that we got this stuff done. The wine club, the Dolphins Wine Club, our cheer squad did a wonderful job. And these amazing players, they're just wonderful humans who happen to be wonderful baseballers as well. We'll call them all out. Kia King. Jordan Richardson. Amy Saliba. Siri. Simon. Taylor. John. Olivia Jackson. Beck Nelson. Claire O'Sullivan. Riley Dill's not back. Taker. Ricky Homer. Miss Gardner. Ronnie Johnson, Don Wilson not here. Laura Nee. And Ursula Roasted. One resident. Congratulations to the Suburbs Dolphins for presenting this great adjustment. We'll call that the QSAC award from the NFL. And you certainly made it hard for the judges. Everyone really played their hearts out on both sides of the diamond. There was one play that stood out apart from all. Put the team on their shoulders. 4 hits, and fortunately this year comes to the losing team, and that's Tiny Lovery. Remember, you have to take it, you get the time to get to that. 4-4 after the rise. And Colts here in the group of all that time. Then if you'd like to come back up, we've got the Rio Cornell Shield for the first time. It's going to head to Tripoli under the name of the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins. Congratulations.
You win the game. Oh. Yeah. Oh, shine. You know, look at it. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your 2023-24 Women's League first grade champions, the Eastern Suburbs Dolphins. Big thank you to everyone coming out today. We'll have the first grade preliminary final kicking off at 6:30, game 2 of the series. Blacktown with the 1-0 lead after their victory on Wednesday night.